Hello, everyone. Today's topic is all about performance management. So, we will learn all about performance management. What is the need of performance management? Why it is important to have performance appraisal in the organization as it's related to compensation, right? So, we will discuss about the performance management. So, first we will go with the meaning of performance. So, what do you mean by performance? So it is nothing that other than action or a process of carrying out or accomplishing an action, task, or a function that can be termed as a performance, right? So it can be anything that you are going to accomplish. It can be an action, it can be a task, anything that you're going to accomplish, and we are measuring it with some standards. So that is called as performance, right? And see, the performance management includes a processes used to manage corporate performance. So basically, this performance management is a term basically used in the corporates, right? And there are some methodologies that can be used to measure the performance of employees against some standards that is set by the organization, right? So, what are the performance standards? As we told, see, like if we want to measure the performance of an employee, like how well he is performing, okay. So, in order to measure that, we should have a standard set or a bar that is set for measuring. Okay, so as we are, see, when you get your marks in the examination, what is the standard set? It's like out of 100, right? So there is always a standard set for measuring the performance of employees, for measuring the performance of employees, right? So that is called as performance standards. So if an employee is going above the performance standards, so he will be like the exceptional employee, he will be like the extraordinary employee. And if some people who are just falling on the standards, they are the good employees, and those who are falling below the performance standards, they are called the poor employees, right? So that is it's like a benchmark set, okay, which upon which we will measure the performance of the employees. Now, we'll move on to the definition of performance management. So, it's as you all know, it is a continuous process of like we are identifying, we are measuring, and we are developing the performance of the individuals, that is, the employees or the teams of the organization. Okay, with the in alignment with the strategic goals of the organization. Okay, and its major two components are like it's a continuous process. That's very important. So, performance management is not, or performance appraisal is not a one time process. It continues. Assessment continues in various ways throughout the lifetime of the employee in that organization, right? And it should align with the strategic goals of the organization. So, it should not deviate from the strategic goals what is set by the organization. So it includes activities that can ensure that the goals are consistently being met. So once, see, anyways, we know that the final objective of any organization is to achieve their goals, right? So we will keep the performance standards accordingly only, right? So that through performance management, we are ensuring that consistently we are meeting the organizational goals. And see, the performance management focuses on the performance of the organization itself, and as a department or in the individual level as an employee, or even the processes to build a product or service, or in any other areas in the organization. So performance, it's not only for employees, it can be in any aspect of the organization. Okay, so there is a process which is involved in the performance management. This is a shortly, very briefly, I have given you what are the major process involved in performance management. So first we are setting the goals. That means we are setting the standards. And next we should communicate it with the employees. Then we should observe their performance, and then we should evaluate the performance. So these are the major four steps involved in performance assessment or performance appraisal. Now, what are the contributions of performance management to an organization? That means, what are the benefits of appraising the performance of the employees? So, it helps to increase the motivation of the employees. It increases the self esteem of the employees. So, there will be some checkpoints on them where they feel that their performance is being assessed by someone. So, they will be very careful. And if they perform well, their like scores are more. If they get a good employee uh, award, or if they get a extraordinary employee award, their self esteem will be increased, and the managers can get insight about their subordinates or their peers, right? And the jobs are also simplified. Then organizational goals are clear to the employees. Then employees become more competent. Then differentiation between good and poor performance, as I told you, we can like measure the performance using that standard. So we can measure who are good, who are bad. And performances are communicated. And see, not only we are assessing, but we are also communicating the results with the employee so they can understand where they are now. Like what is the status or position of their performance. And even we can, it is very flexible. We can make any changes for the performance management or performance appraisal. Okay, so these are the some of the major aspects of performance management. So that's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.